Welcome to the channel, guys. If you're new, thanks for coming. Hope you like what you see and you like and subscribe. To you guys that keep returning, thank you for your support. Today we're just going to dive right into it like we always do. We're going to get into my little Colt SMG. It's kind of like a 635 clone, if you don't know what that is. Basically, Colt at one time was trying to steal some of the market away from the MP5, so they created a little direct blowback little subgun, basically. And wasn't very well received because direct blowback, I don't know if you've ever shot stuff like this, direct blowback is a little violent on the recoil impulse. So needless to say, Colt didn't win a lot of their contracts, but it is still, in my mind, it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool looking. This one has a big trick up its sleeve, but before we get into that, let's just get into some of the stuff I have on it. All right, Grand Thumb style, tip to butt. We're going to start with the JMac Customs RRD 2C. I just put that on there for whenever I'm not shooting it suppressed. So I don't know that it really does a lot because this thing has very little recoil, and we're going to get into that in a little bit. But I feel like one of the coolest things on it, and if you guys know about this stuff, you'll probably agree, is this ARMS, let's see, I think it's the number 50. Yeah, ARMS number 50 A2 Plus. It's for carbine length systems. Comes up here on the carry handle, so it's mounted like back here, in here, up here, super solid. ARMS stuff is so cool. This is the first thing you're going to see on this channel about ARMS and hear me nerd out about them. But these guys were doing stuff like this in the 90s. These guys had modular free-floated handguards and stuff in the 90s. ARMS is responsible for standardizing 1913 as we know it today. So these guys, huge innovators, way ahead of their time. This handguard, the bottom part, it is polymer, but it is pretty robust. You can see kind of right here, these little screws. I don't know if I can get that for you. See. Yeah, okay. So if you turn it that way, you see it kind of pops out. Well, it's obviously not going anywhere because I have the goon tape on there. But that was so you could take this off. You could unlock this and this thing would slide off. It would allow you to maintenance some things if you needed to. It also allowed you to directly work with grenade launchers. So again, pretty cool, way ahead of their time. Back from there, this week, literally just a couple days ago, I finally scored an Aimpoint Pro to go on there. I tried the Primary Arms clone a couple times and I had issues with it, and then they just quit making them. So big sad, but not sad anymore because this gun is so awesome. It deserves the Aimpoint. It really does. So going back from there, our upper receiver is a Rock River Arms police trade-in. Actually, a police agency local to the shop that I manage traded these guys in, and carry handle fever is in full effect, so snatched one of those up. In the lower, we have got a Schmid 2-stage trigger. We are empty. These things are incredible. I think I also put a lighter spring kit on here, but you only have to reset to that second stage. So after the first round, it's kind of like clicking a mouse. It's pretty crazy. We've got the Badger Ordnance extended latch for our charging handle. So, obviously you can see a theme here. I'm trying to stick with everything from this era. We got the Tango Down pistol grip, and this is a Colt waffle stock, as a lot of guys call it. I also went with the A1 teardrop style failure button, aka the forward assist. I think this is by far the best to use and the best aesthetically pleasing forward assist ever made. All right, change angles up because I've got some cloud cover, trying to make sure the light stays good. So the big trick this thing has up its sleeve, you may notice that bolt may look a little bit different, and you don't have the little deflector like the one that Clay just did on his video. And get this magazine out. I don't know if you guys see in there. Almost looks like it's a regular AR-15 bolt. And you would be right. It does look a lot like that. So you may notice this logo here. This lower is from CMMG. This system actually uses their radial delayed blowback like their Banshees and now their Descents. So how this came about, I had to buy a 16-inch barrel and bolt kit from CMMG. I already had the lower. Camera's still dying due to heat. I want to say with heat index today, it's at this point, it's almost 100 degrees. So anyway, yeah, CMMG lower, bought the kit because they do not make a 10-inch, which is what this is. So they only make 16, 8, and 5. So I had to buy the barrel and kit, which was not really affordable. I had to send it to my machinist. He had to cut it, crown it, rethread it for 1/2x28. He even had to cut a shoulder to put the front sight post on. So there was a lot of customization done to this thing to get this to run. So then when I first got this thing going, originally I had an A1 up here on here. It was an original Colt upper, and I started to have some issues. Camera shut down again. I'm trying to do this in the shade and it's shutting down. That's how hot it is. So anyway, I started to have some reliability issues. I went round and round. I went through, all the forums, all the stuff on Google. I thought it was my ejector spring, which CMMG has since, in these radial delayed things, they've upgraded them all to a stronger spring, until I just could not figure it out. For the life of me, I tried everything. And so I actually emailed CMMG, and this gun, obviously built by me, not by them, and has a lot of parts on here that are not theirs. They were more than happy to help me, and after sending some pictures to them, the dude that I was talking to immediately was like, I know exactly what your problem is. Your ejection port is too small. So I had, obviously that Colt lower or upper, and it had the standard 5.56 size ejection port. He said, yeah, what you need to do is hog it out to basically the XL size that you would use for like 450 Bushmaster or something. Well, again, Colt upper from Vietnam, not willing to do that. So I swapped them out for this Rock River, sent it to my same machinist. He hogged it out, and this thing has been 100% reliable since then. Like, I have ran this thing to the point, for all the little pauses, my camera is continuously shutting off, but I have ran this thing until the bolt literally looks like it was dipped in brownie batter, and it just keeps going. And the recoil is almost not existent. This is almost like shooting an MP5. Okay, so we're at about 25 yards. Got some STV 124 grain, and I'm just gonna point out, or just let you guys see the recoil impulse on this thing. So C-zone at 25, like easy. Let's try it on the 8-inch real quick. All right, let you guys see it from this angle. Now we've got some 140 grain. These are subsonics. That gives you a little indication of what's coming after this. But let's try my 8-inch gong from here. Cake. This is absolute cake. So let's get this taken off. So brake's cool, but let's try something else. Oh yeah. Silencer Co. Omega 45K. So this isn't even a 9mm suppressor. It's 45, but it's still stupid quiet. Let's try it out. All right, so one of the beauties, before we get into this, of this radial delayed system is it stays locked up as the round has already gone out of the barrel before it comes back. So you have less sound coming out of the ejection port, so these are more quiet than a direct blowback. So let's try it out. Let's just shoot into the tire so you guys can hear it. Pretty crazy. Let's shoot some steel. Shoot the 8-inch gong. Oh man, that's so much fun. Get you guys out in front of the suppressor. I want to see something. So I'm just gonna cough, and then we'll hear the gun. And again, I'm gonna shoot in the tires, that way we don't hear the steel over it or anything. So here we go. Pretty crazy quiet. So there we have it, guys. That is the little overview, review, whatever you have it, of my little Colt SMG. If you're curious how many rounds I've got on this thing, it's probably 4,000. 9 mils cheap, it's easy, and it's really fun to shoot, as you just heard. If you guys are curious about this rail system from Arms, I regret to inform you they do not make these anymore. And the typical supply and demand scenario, since they don't make these anymore, this thing might as well be made of gold. I got this one on a buddy deal from my buddy Bushwar. I believe he's Bushwar on YouTube here, as well as Instagram. I believe he's on his second account on Instagram, so it'd be Bushwar Survival 2.0. Yeah, he got me a smoking deal on this thing, so got to give him a shout out. Go give him a follow on here and on Instagram if you're on both, or if you're just on one, follow him on that one. But anyway, yes, that again still is like cherry on top for me aesthetically, is that rail. But yeah, I mean, you can easily build one like this yourself with that radial delayed system. I do recommend just going with the CMMG lower, because the feed ramps and stuff like that are already correct for the radial delayed system. And yeah, this thing is, let's touch on accuracy. I forgot about that. So yeah, before we forget, I was using this target because, again, I just put this dot on here a couple of days ago. So took it out here to zero it. This was me getting zeroed. This is obviously a target from another video, but I could see like this little pasty hanging up, and so I was shooting at that. And I mean, we're talking 1 inch, less than an inch. Granted, this is at 25, but I was just shooting from prone, literally monopoding off the magazine. This CMMG barrel is super, super accurate. I'm super pleased with the performance of this thing. So once again, thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, hope you see you on the next video.